Trump has been pretty vocal about being against the NFL players kneeling during the national anthem to protest police brutality. What are your thoughts on that?
It's absolutely outrageous. They have no right protesting there whatsoever. Go on out amongst your life. Don't subject us to your protest. We love America. We love black people. Knock it off.
What would you say to them saying, well, we're subjected to disproportionate police brutality?
Say again now?
You said, don't subject us to your protests. They would say, well, we're subjected to disproportionate police brutality.
Well, when 13% of the population, and by the time you divide it down, really 3% of the population commit only over 50% of the murders in the United States. I'm sorry.
What would solve the whole thing in the border if they would just start shooting? Only shoot a couple and they would go home.
You think deterrence would work?
If they would shoot.
There have been multiple right-wing terrorist attacks in the past week. The MAGA bomber, the synagogue shooting in Pittsburgh, and the Kentucky shooting as well.
The white supremacists are not right-wing. They're socialists. They're socialists. They believe in big government.
By definition, it's right-wing.
By your definition, why would someone who believes in big government be right-wing? Why would someone who the Nazis, first of all, there's like 50 of them in the whole freaking country. And there's no association between them and the Republican Party. The guy who runs it wants
But they all like the Republicans.
That's their freaking insane problem. Okay? I don't care who they like. They're a bunch of crazies. No one even cares about them. No one cares. They're worthless. No one would have ever heard about Charlottesville if Black Lives Matter and Antifa showed up with baseball bats and masks. You would have never heard their names.
But then they killed someone, and then Trump said there was good people on both sides.
Who started it? I don't know who started it. The Antifa shows up in masks and baseball bats. Did they without a permit? The white supremacists showed up. They have a right to have a permit and act like complete fools, which is what they are. They're complete fools. These guys showed up, and I don't know who started it. I don't care who started it. It's too bad that women got killed. Whoever did it should fry. Has nothing to do with Trump. Period.
So we want to go talk to supporters in the arena, but the Donald Trump press person says, no, you can't leave the media pen. You're locked in here. No, not even for a bathroom break, although mercifully she gave us 15 minutes before. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that you hear all the time, but we're going to do what we always do. Screw it. We're going to go outside and talk to Trump supporters. We don't need to hear this guy speak again.
In this country, you have due process in this country. You can't just say...
But that's in the court of law, not a job interview.
Well, on a job interview, you can't just say 36 years ago this happened and this.
You think if you went to a job interview and someone said to you, the interviewer said, well, you have this allegation from 36 years ago, that you'd get the job?
Another question is, where was all her family? Where was all her support? Her husband wasn't there. Her mother wasn't there. Her father wasn't there. Where were her children?
You mean at the hearing?
Yeah, at the hearing. Come on.
I'm here at a Trump rally in Erie, Pennsylvania. It's overflowed. People can't even get in. And I asked some Trump supporters about #HimToo, which is really the all lives matter of the Me Too movement, where men are saying that they're being unfairly treated in this movement. Some Trump supporters had some strong words to say about that. There's this new movement called HimToo, which are men who are basically saying they've been wrongfully accused of sexual assault. It's a response to the Me Too movement.
Right.
What is your thought on that?
Absolutely. I have 4 sons and I have 5 brothers, so I want our men protected.
I've said it for a long time. Women should button their blouse, cross their legs, and quit acting like they want something, and then they won't get it.
Oh, wow. So you're saying it's more on the women.
I think it's ridiculous.
In what specific examples are you thinking of when you make that statement?
Everybody's happy when they get the Oscar, and then I'm not saying he's not a scumbucket.
Harvey Weinstein?
Yeah, but they knew what they were doing. And now they're ruining everybody's life over it.
Well, if you're talking about Cavanaugh, I think the whole thing was a hoax.
I'm talking about the movement in general, including the accusations against President Trump.
First of all, I never got into any of that anyway, because you don't know what's real, what's not, and I don't really care. And anything that guy did before he's president was his business.
Why did they wait so long? You know, I mean, everybody's going to, when a person climbs a ladder, people always try to knock you down. So, I mean, for a woman to go out and say that, they should have brought that up years ago. They shouldn't have brought it up just now, you know.
A lot of times women feel too traumatized to come forward.
They're all they're doing is kidding themselves. You know, I mean, they're not traumatized. You know, I mean, 30 years ago, be real, okay? Let's be real.
So you're talking about Cavanaugh there.
Whoever. You don't wait 30 years and then say someone assaulted you. Just don't do it. If anything, she should have did like Monica Lewinsky and saved the dress.
I'm here at a Trump rally in Erie, Pennsylvania, and I wanted to ask Trump supporters about the bombshell New York Times report, which showed that Trump received around $413 million from his father, and that together they worked to evade taxes by undervaluing their properties, amongst many other things. You guys should read the full report. I wanted to talk to supporters about it because a lot of supporters I've spoken to say they back Trump because he is a self-made businessman. We'll see what they think about the report. So there was this big report that said that Trump actually inherited around $413 million from his father. He has said he only got a small loan of $1 million. What do you think of that?
About the money Hillary and Bill have. Right. You know, they never reported.
Well, they're not president, anymore.
You'd have never heard of it if she would have made it.
Hey, I think Hillary Clinton has gotten a ton of money from shady sources, but I'm asking you, right? Because a lot of supporters...
It's not in the past. It's what is doing now that counts.
Who cares? Turning 16 million into 16 billion is, he's still...
You think he has 60 billion?
Check it out somewhere. Look overseas, the whole works, But the whole point is, that's the strength of America.
I don't care where his money comes from. I like him. I like what he's doing for America.
So a lot of people who voted for him said they liked that he was a self-made billionaire. It seems that he's not self-made.
It doesn't matter how much money he has. It's about the man, the size of his heart, and what he's doing for America.
Yeah, that's all propaganda aimed at smearing him because you can't handle the truth. Yeah.
What's the truth?
The truth is he worked hard. That's how he became wealthy. And he used the laws in place by our government, which everybody voted for. So that's the truth. You can take your mic and go elsewhere with him, please.
Okay.
You know what? I actually don't care what the New York Post says.
New York Times.
New York Times, Washington Post, CNN, MSNBC, CBS, ABC, because they're all fake. The only channel I watch is Fox, and it's on 24/7.
CNN and MSNBC are on 24/7 too.
But I don't watch them. No. I even have my dogs watching Fox.